Yeah, hi. So, with all this stuff happening with MTK, Daniel Kinahan, big news, A lot of people have been affected. Some people suggest he's going to bring down boxing, which at this point you'd be like, nah, it's going to bring down a few people like Coogan, Fearon, Ben Davison, Matthew Macklin, and obviously MTK's gone anyway, but the other guys are going to be fine. Well, you think so, but I don't know. This guy is saying that it's a lot deeper than that. When I say this guy, I saw it on some podcast. I don't really know the guy. It's by the albino dude, Terry, anyway. So, there's, what are the links between Joshua and Eddie Hearn? Are there any there? And, MTK and Daniel Kinahan. I mean, everyone knew that Eddie Hearn was negotiating a lot with Daniel, what's his name, Kinahan. And, he thanked him many times on Twitter for helping organise the aborted Gay Jay Fury fight, which never happened. In fact, even in 2020, which is way before the fight had been lined up, he was already bigging up Daniel Kinahan. So that's, he seemed to like him. He obviously had some dealings with him, They obviously made a deal, although it couldn't happen in there because Wilder's lawyers nixed it. There's also DAZN have worked with some MTK shows. They've shown some MTK shows, so there's some links there. But Hearn has also been quite slippery even before Kinahan got nicked. Yeah. The order came out for him to get nicked because he hasn't been nicked yet, has he? And have his assets frozen. I mean, no one knows where he is. Yeah, no one knows where he is. Some people are suggesting, he was seen in Pakistan. Some people say he's in Pakistan. Don't have great relationships with the USA. Some people say China. Some people say Russia. I mean, it's all speculation. Who knows, man? Yeah, there are other people. Yeah, other people suggesting actually Kinahan is a double agent, and he was there to bring down. He had. That's what they're saying. That's what I'm saying. They said that he had to bring down a bunch of other people to save his own butt. Yeah, he had this wedding. Someone mentioned it back in 2018 in Dubai. With his wife, obviously. There's 5 major global players, big bad boy dealers there. All been brought down since. People are saying, what happened there? Was he part of an operation to bring those guys down? That's what they're saying. Like a double agent. Again, I don't know. There's not enough proof. These are just rumors. But it's quite weird for seemingly the world's most talked about and wanted man, probably, or one of them. Seems to have disappeared. Like that Kevin Spacey movie. I can't remember what it's called now, but, he's gone like the wind. Just gone. So, Hearn's had a crack at him before, actually, saying that he was negotiating with Sky Sports. And, right after Hearn was praising Kinahan for getting the Gay Jay Tyson Fury fight, there came out a BBC Panorama show saying that there were big links between MTK, boxing, and crime. And suddenly Hearn completely turned tail. Obviously, he lost his payday for Gay Jay. And he started going, yeah, he's really bad for boxing. And, and I think Sky have been trying to work with him to get some shows, which is really out of order. That's typical of Hearn. He's a snake. He changes sides a lot. His whole story depends on who's with him and who's going to make him money. He'll slate Fish Eyes' fighters all the time and say they're rubbish and he's mishandling them and he wouldn't even have them, wouldn't even want them to manage them. He's such a liar, man. Anyway, this snake, right? So the question is, what are the links between Kinahan and Hearn? Well, I mean, there's not a lot to go on this far, right? Apart from negotiating that big fight, who knows what happened there? We don't know the details. But what is interesting is Hearn's golden boy, the guy that basically made Eddie Hearn, yeah, Anthony Femi Joshua, yeah. What are his links with MTK and Daniel Kinahan? Yeah, are they only to do, with the potential Fury fight or the one that dropped? Well, I've done a bit of research. Triple B's done a little bit of research. I found some anomalies, some weird stuff without a gay. I've got loads of weird stuff about him that was on the old channel, yeah, about his birth certificate, about the lies about his upbringing, yeah, some weird stuff, man. That's gonna have to be re-released, yeah. But I found a bunch of documents Yeah, birth certificate, some very weird stuff. Very weird links between, you know, people at the 2012 Olympics that were in charge of doping. Yeah, people who later on UCAD, people that had links with Joshua, these same people. Yeah, this is how corrupt it is, right? Everything's corrupt. Everything's corrupt in this world. Just remember that. But when it comes out, it's interesting. So Gay J, if you look at company's house, so Gay J's got 11 company directorships, yeah? They're all of them, yeah? He's the 100% shareholder and the only director, okay? Now, if you look through them, there's a bunch of dormant companies and inactive companies that have not filed return, others that are totally up to date. I mean, this is typical, man. Opening like limited companies, a lot of people open them and then do nothing with them. They eventually just get struck off. Most of them are like, he calls them 258 star companies, yeah? Because Josh, he loves this, Josh. He's pathetic, isn't he? Yeah, we are 25/8 in it, fam, because like we don't work no 24/7. We don't work 24-hour a day, 7 days a week, blood. You get me? We work 25 hours and 8 days a week, fam, innit? Yeah, that's clever. You get me? Yes. Okay, skins. Yes. Oh, Anthony, you're so clever. Now, you know that dick isn't going to suck itself, Anthony. Get down on your knees. Yes, boo-boo, I will. Yeah, no problem, blood. Anyway, yeah, so he's got his 25/8 companies, like 25/8 training, 25/8 well-being, 25, this kind of stuff, 25/8 merch, most of them just tick along, they haven't really done much. 25/8 management, is his main active company, right? Which is obviously one of them, his fighter management company, because he manages fighters, doesn't he? Chisora and I don't know, a bunch of guys I don't even know. I'm not that interested. He also opened 25/8 Autos Limited, but that got dissolved. I don't know what he's doing open there, like a car store. Yeah. There's also a company called, this is good, Stay Humble Limited, fam. I think he started a company up in 2014. Yeah, it was a non-trading company, right? Now, if you look into that, it just means a company that's not designed to trade, but it can deal with assets. So I mean, I assume it's not really a money-making company. I have no idea why it was set up. Maybe he was going to try and it's dissolved now anyway, right? But maybe he's going to try. What was that idiot, Michael Buffer? Yeah, who made a lot of money by trademarking his "Let's get ready to rumble" nonsense. Maybe he was going to try and what's called trademark the term "stay humble," because he used to use it all the time and he still does. But anyway, that's dissolved. There's another company called Sparta Promotions, which is incorporated in September 2012, so just after the 2012 Olympics, where Gay J was gifted the gold medal, which he didn't deserve after losing to Lara, potentially Ditchko, and definitely Camarelli in the final. Anybody with eyes saw that, yeah. And I just had a quick flick through this one. Now, I can assume. Well, I'm not a trained accountant, chartered accountant, but you can search on things and you can learn about topics. People say, "Oh, you shouldn't speak about that. You're not a scientist. Oh, you shouldn't." Shut up, man. Anyone can learn anything, yeah, by a bit of reading if you've got a brain. So I'm not talking about guys like Gay J who don't know shit, huh? But you've got this limited company, right? Now, if you look, I just had a brief look at some of the accounts, right? So they made £57 million of gross profit in 2020, £13.4 million of gross profit in 2021, right? So I just looked at those two. I'm like, okay, and there is over £100 million in the bank as cash at the moment as we speak. £100 million in the bank as cash. Now, this is pretty. Just on a brief look. It seems pretty clear. This is the company that Joshua's fees, fight fees, whatever, his fight purses get paid to. Yeah. Why does he do this? Obviously there's some tax implication here, some way of saving, tax, which is, if it's legitimate, fair enough. It's a clever way. He would have taken some kind of tax advice. Obviously, it'd be quite interesting to have some chartered tax accountants to have a look at this, man. Let's see what's going on. But this is not really what I'm looking at, right? Because what is interesting, there's this last company, right, called 258 Investments Limited, right? Now, this is categorized as a letting and operating of owned or leased real estate, right? So it's a property company, basically. And just a quick look at the recent accounts. So 2020, there was £10.7 million worth of property with 35k of cash income. 2021, £10.7 million of property, so the same, and £500,000 cash. So you could say, oh well, it's a property company. He bought some property, Joshua. Now he started to rent it out, and he's getting some money. Okay, fair enough. Other things of interest. 2019, there was £2.4 million cash deposit. Again, you could say, oh, that came from Joshua. To fund the company. Fine. There's no activity, by the way, from 2016 to 2018, zero. But on the 18th of December 2018, the company name was changed to 258 Investments Limited. What was it called before? MTK Property Investments Limited. MTK Property Investments Limited. Right? Now, at all times, Joshua is the only director and shareholder here. But why is Joshua opening a company called MTK Property Investments Limited? And these massive deposits of cash in it. And then suddenly it's, what's happening here? Like some people might say, well, that's a bit odd. Why wouldn't he call his own company after another rival promoter company, boxing company? And why is a lot of cash being put through it? I mean, some people might say, oh, well, hang on a minute. Is that a way to launder money? You open companies, that allegedly has income through property rental or whatever, and a lot of cash gets deposited and properties get bought, solid assets here. I don't know. I'm not a tax expert, and I'm not an expert on money laundering. But to me, what really stands out is, why is Joshua opened a company called MTK Property Investments Limited, his own company? He was the only shareholder. It makes you very suspicious. It makes you think, well, what are there other links between Joshua and Kinahan? What's going on here? Is there some outside of boxing link here? It just seems like it. You can't tell that much just by looking, at a company's house, but it certainly arouses suspicions. I'd like to know the answer to that. I'm sure the US authorities would like to know. Joshua, what is this dealings? Well, why have you got an MTK property investment company? What's going on here, Joshua? Is this thing getting real deep? I don't know, man. There's a lot of stuff that's going on. There's a lot of rumours. Is this Kinahan thing actually huge?